Media.
8:37 exactly, and we are now joined by Charles Phahla. He is the national organizer of GIWUSA. Now, we understand that more than 5,000 members of the General Industries Workers Union of South Africa, which is GIWUSA, and the Food and Allied Workers Union, FAWU, have embarked on a national strike started on Monday, the 22nd of November. And obviously, there is issues around Clover, South Africa in particular, having launched a multi-pronged onslaught on the workers. So says GIWUSA, and this is a three-pronged elemental approach. And obviously, the unions are seeing this as very, very unfair to the workers, and they are making demands that these elements are not put into place. It's issues around uh, uh, retrenching people because the company is saying that they are overstaffed and it's costing the company way too much money, and a whole host of more elements. Let's talk to Charles, and he's going to unpack those elements for us. Charles, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
Okay, we understand now that more than 5,000 members have embarked on the strike. Is it still ongoing?
Yeah, look, this is a national strike which started on the 22nd of November, and it's in a form of indefinite action. Workers are demanding that the employer should uh, stop cutting jobs, cutting the salaries of workers. Also on the issue of the one delivery assistance, whereby in each and every truck where you had two delivery assistants, now the company is moving towards having one delivery assistance, which means the driver now will be then driving, and also the driver will be also offloading the staff. Now you can imagine if the driver will drive, for example, 3 hours or 4 hours to Polokwane, then offload and come and drive another 3 to 4 hours drive to Joburg. Now that most is against the health and safety of our members, and we believe that one day, if this can happen, it means that we will have too many accidents on the road, and innocent people on the road will be killed, and therefore the health and safety of our members is of paramount importance.
Absolutely. This sounds directly as a serious cost-cutting exercise by the company concerned.
Yeah, this is very serious because also in terms of the reduction of salaries, they've given notice that deducting something like 2,600 for a poor merchandiser who's earning 2,000 rands, and for them to be at that 8,000 mark, they've been working for the company for many years, and they accrued in terms of the increases which were waged by the struggles of workers to get the better wage increases every year. Now, today, the company claims that they are expensive, then they have to reduce their salaries, and which is about 2,600 on the merchandiser side. But nationally, they are looking at reducing salaries by 20%. On the other side, while we're having the other dispute in terms of wage negotiations, they are saying they can only afford 4.5%. Now, you can imagine cutting 2,500 and giving 300 rand increase. Now, who finance that increase? It means workers themselves are going to finance that increase, and the remainder will be the profit for the employer. So in essence, the company is not even giving an increase because they're taking from the workers and giving something as if they gave an increase while they took 20%, they give you 4.5%, which we believe that it's unfair, and also it's, to us it's also unethical, because if you look at when we requested the financials, the audited finances of the company to see their financial viability, we found that the chief executive of the company was borrowed 107 million rands. That 107 million bought shares from in the new business, which it's a merger between an Israeli company and Clover. Now the chief executive is now a shareholder in the new company, and that happened 2 years ago when this merger took place. Now you check the finances as to how is this person paying that loan. Now it's unpaid till today. He is not paying the loan. He took the money from the company. He is a shareholder of the company. They did not even think about the poor workers who are working hard to make Clover today where it is now, for even a broad-based black economic empowerment, whereby they were supposed to, in the new company, they were supposed to look into the workers being shareholders of the company. That was not even considered, but instead they are taking the salary from them. Now you ask yourself, you cutting salary from the poor, you don't cut from the chief executive. Now the gap, the apartheid wage gap, is not going to be sorted, because now the gap becomes wider and wider and wider. Those ones
okay, Charles, let me ask you this question then. I do know that you have deadlocked at the CCMA, and I'm wondering why. Also, what you're telling me now sounds totally unconstitutional. They can't, it's a situation of the poor getting poorer. Clover is creating this situation, and the fat cats are getting even richer. So, number one, it's an unfair labor practice, trying to get staff to work 12-hour shifts, trying to get the driver to do the van assistant's work. I also understand there's an imposition of permanent short time, making work on Sundays and public holidays compulsory for new workers. It sounds absolutely untenable, and it sounds very autocratic. I think that this issue has to be thrashed out for once and for all. You guys need to dig in your heels. But why did you deadlock at the CCMA?
Look, there were two processes here. There were two cases. They were going parallel. The one was through wage negotiations, and the other one was through Section 189. Both were facilitated at the CCMA, but in different commissions. The one for wages was that we were demanding 10%, and then we were demanding that Sundays and public holidays should be voluntary and should be paid at double time. And also we're demanding the job security of our members, that labor broker employees should be made permanent, and that we demand that there must be a total restructuring of Clover Provident Fund. Let me maybe unpack this one so that you understand.
We don't have time. I just need short, sharp answers, if you don't mind.
Okay, then the other issues were the grading system and also the allowances, which we were demanding, and the 100% medical contribution. Those are the demands.
So there's a deadlock at the moment with the CCMA. What's your position currently? Are you going to continue striking, and for how long?
Yeah, look, the power on the ground will determine how. But as far as we are concerned, and as far as workers are concerned, to them, it's a matter of life and death. they will be striking indefinitely until our demands are met, but we'll also be calling on the public to put pressure on the company by boycotting all the products of clover and making sure that they don't handle those products, so that there is pressure, and once there is pressure, the company will come into its sense and will be calling us, and we can settle in favor of our members.
Absolutely. Thank you indeed, Charles. This truly smacks of mass exploitation of the poorest of the poor. So you guys just keep up the fight. We're all behind you. Thank you for talking to us, and power
Thank
to
you.
the workers. It is
Thank you very
exactly
much.
8:48 a.m.
Every 60 seconds, a silent pandemic claims the life of a child.